Okay guys, John the van guy. Problem with the Porsche. A worrying problem actually. I was driving locally very fortunately, and the first thing I noticed was the red light flashing on the temperature gauge. Although the temperature was reading about, while I was driving, about 82, which is about where you'd expect, but the red light was flashing at this end. I thought, what on earth's that? And I thought, well, it can only be coolant. So I came in, checked the coolant. Sure enough, coolant was really low, or non-existent. So fortunately I was at a place in excess actually where I could get some distilled water. So I ended up topping up with distilled water, and I thought, well, maybe it was just some sort of air lock which had released itself and then forced its way out. And there's a drain hole down here, and maybe forced it out of the cap. And then shot down the drain, and then the water was going down, possibly falling on maybe the exhaust, and that's why I was getting, the worrying thing was steam coming out of here. So you think of all the worst scenarios, of course, head gasket gone and all the worrying aspects of anything like this. But it all seemed to be happening very quick. Anyway, I topped up and I had about 5 miles to get home. So I was doing a nice speed on the dual carriageway on the A30. Red light started flashing again. I thought, oh no. So fortunately I wasn't far away. Drove down here, got out, steam coming out all over the place, and I thought, well dear, what's happened? And what had happened was, of course, water had gone down again. So what could it be? In fact, it was going down so fast was maybe a clue that rather than a seal, it could be a leak somewhere. It's because of the speed. So I looked all around the car, couldn't see anything leaking, but there was water underneath. It seemed to be underneath this side. It did seem to be kind of very wet. And I thought, well, yeah, that could be relating to something. So, what do? Well, you go put it into service mode, and there's plenty of, I won't go into that, but basically you got about 4 inches up here. When you open the hood, undo the 2 clips either side, undo this plastic thing, and you can actually take this off as well, but there was no need. Anyway, looking through here, started the car up again, filled this, of course, started the car up to see if I could find anything, put loads of papers around the front in case there was a leak from the radiators, which sometimes happens, or on the pipes going to the radiators. Anyway, where are we? So you'll see plenty of YouTube clips on how to get to this stage, get to the engine bay, so I won't actually go into that. But one thing I will say though, getting the Boss sound system out to get to the top, the last time I did something like this, took the top off, I didn't disconnect the Boss system because I couldn't undo the connector which runs down there, and that was a bad mistake because I had the Boss system sitting on the bonnet and creased the bonnet a bit. So furious with that. Just, this is a diversion, but just to show you that on the Boss is the clip, and once you know how to undo it, it's easy. It's easy after the event. You'll need a long nose pliers. All you do is, it seems obvious now, all you do is you push those together. You won't do it with your fingers easily, I'll tell you that. That was one of the problems. Long nose pliers, push those together, and you open those 2 clips. Obvious, isn't it? Like that. And the thing pushes off, so there you go. Anyway, back to the problem. Anyway, so I opened everything up so I could see everything, what was happening. I even took the panel off here to have a look at the engine to see the water pump was okay, which it was. It's a new water pump actually, I put that on at one time. Now, what was it guys? Looking up here, you can see water down there and something dripping. Can you just about see? Can I just see glistening? Lots of water up here on top of the engine. And there was a pipe going from the coolant reservoir. There's about 3 pipes going from the coolant reservoir, but this pipe is this thing here. And it runs under that big black, looks like an intake, air intake, right through to that thing. That's the oil cooler. There's now lots of coolant on top of it because I've taken the pipe off. You see that upright on it? That's where the pipe is attached to. Using pliers to undo the clip. Ooh, hold on, let me put this down. Pliers to, then I've pulled the pipe through, and this is the pipe. Links in down here. Oh, the other thing could have been a split in the reservoir, but the reservoir looks okay. And I had the carpets out, and the reservoir showed no sign of leaks. Anyway, right, sure enough, this is the hose. Turn it over, and what do you see, folks? Look at that! I am so pleased. I really am. Solved the problem. It was actually pouring out. No wonder it was going out so fast. Falling onto the engine, making the steam coming out here. Aha, so that was it. So all I've got to do, undo that clip, get another one of these. It is actually very flexible and thin. It's probably been in, the pipe's probably been on since, what, this is a 2001 986S. 2004, sorry, 986S is one of the last 986S's they made. And so it's probably been on since then. Oh, it's really soft. And it's probably been up against something hot actually, which has helped it to split. Look at that. Oh, hey! Celebrations, folks. Celebrations.